You people, keep the small backpack down below your feet. On the train, you're gonna put it up above your head, but it's the same idea. Save the places where big things can fit for the big things. Be thoughtful and mindful. So I took my first ever train ride in France, and let me tell you, when I first started, I was so nervous. Because I'm someone that can go to any airport around the world and feel 1000% comfortable. But there was something about going on a train, and everyone said, "Oh, Nikki, it's easy, it's easy." There's something about still, like when you've never done something, sometimes you just feel nervous. My initial plan is to get there about an hour early and everyone thinks I'm crazy. Planes, I take to the last 5 minutes. I'm running on, last minute. But my goal was to get there early just so I could scope it out. And you guys know that I usually don't even travel with bags like that. Like I usually have my backpack and like a small carry-on if I'm gone for longer than 2 weeks. This time I had a whole suitcase, so I was not sure how that would even play out on a train. Like I was really trying to figure out where I was going to put my bag or put my suitcase. I was trying to map out the train. I was calling my French friends to break it down for me. So as much as I planned to get there early, I got there 5 minutes before my train was scheduled to depart. And it says, they'll start boarding 5 minutes before. So, I was scared. I was so scared. When I finally got down to my train, I was in car number 11. So I had to go all the way down. I was flying from from Paris down to Biarritz. Flights were a good $300. No, like 600 euro for my last minute. Because you guys know I do a lot of things last minute. But the train, 58 euro. Let's do a quick rundown for the people like me. It's going to be their first time. Yeah, we're doing a blush. When you arrive, make sure you look at the board. It's going to tell you what area your gates for flight people, what area your train is going to be leaving from. I was lucky mine was in number 1, so I was able to make it. Had a large suitcase. You pay extra for your larger suitcase. I think it's called like a premium one. So that one was 58 versus it could have been $42. I had to lug that bag upstairs. Keep that in mind when you are lugging your suitcase and you're packing, that you might have to raise this bag up to about this high. Thank God there was a guy there to help me. There's no way I was gonna get it up there. And there was out of space because I was so late. So he did so much maneuvering for me. It was a blessing. You people, keep the small backpack down below your feet. On the train, you're gonna put it up above your head, but it's the same idea. Save the places where big things can fit for the big things. Be thoughtful and mindful. As I'm continuing my European 2026 travels, I do know I will continue to take some trains places if it's that much cheaper, 600 versus $70. It's like, yes, please. That is more money for partying, more money for food. And, down here in Biarritz, it's not as cheap as the rest of the places. So you kind of want to save as much as you can. Sidebar, now that I am traveling all around, I realize how close I am to Morocco. And it's almost a $200 flight round trip to get there from here. So I think I might pop in. That's the beauty. A little train here, a little plane there. All I have to say is when you're ready to take a train, go do it because it's much cheaper than doing the flights. Like if it's your first time, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking at first if you're like me and you like to know, well, I guess planes, I don't really know the new country's airports, but I think airports are pretty systematic. I imagine the trains are too. But now they know how to do it. The world is my oyster. At least Europe is.